All right. Welcome everybody to our Wow Wednesday testimonial call. If you are new here, I am Tammy Ward. I'm an iridologist. I am one of the top leaders in Solex, and several are fast approaching. So I'm just loving that. Um, also, oh God, I lost my thought. Inviting somebody in. I also have Dr. Sheila here on the call with me. She and I kind of host this together. But if you are new here, our intention is for you to come in, listen to the different testimonials, and if you're interested in learning more, please reach out to the person that invited you to the call. And if you don't know who invited you to the call and you came in through the group, then message me and I'll find out who invited you and I'll get you connected. But the whole reason why we've got this call is so that you can share your testimonials about how the AO scanner is helping you, how maybe the 660 band, the Infinity one, the new supplements that we have. If any of those that you do well on and you have a testimonial, please share it, even if it's small, even if it's a small victory that you've received. Please share your testimonials because it may help somebody else. And the whole purpose of us doing this is so that we can raise the vibration of everybody around us, including those that are our neighbors. You know, when we're broadcasting these frequencies, we're not only affecting us, but we're also giving a beautiful present to those within our reach, because scalar waves have no boundaries, and that's what the AO scanner uses, and it's all good positive frequencies. So we welcome you, and we ask that if you have people that are interested and they want to learn more, invite them to the call and let them hear about the different things that we're doing and the different tips and tricks that we're sharing. Dr. Sheila, would you like to say some things too?
I would. I would like to first thank you all for coming, and I hope everyone will take time to share just something, even if you're brand new, because what seems so small for you can be really big to someone else. And I say this every week because we've been doing this since the 1st of January, but every week I learn something every single week. So please share anything that you can think of because you don't know how that might help someone else. This scanner has so much capabilities. We can't all use all of it. I can't. It's too much. But it is so cool to see how other people gravitate to different areas, the different things they're doing with it. And it makes light bulbs come on for other people and makes them think about something they hadn't thought about before. So please share. We love that.
We certainly do. Okay, I'm going to say the disclaimer. The AO technology or any of its other items that we may use have not been, uh, oh my gosh, my brain is just verified by the FDA. They are not therapy devices, they're not diagnostic, they're not any of that, but they are very educational so that you can learn what's going on in your body and then you can help yourself and your family better. So with that being said, if you are sick, please go see your healthcare provider. And I'm going to just take the screen down so that we can spotlight those that are speaking. But if you have anything to share, please just unmute yourself and share your testimonials. We are all so anxiously waiting to hear what you have to say. So,
I have a question first. Sorry. There's several people trying to get in and they're saying that the room has been closed or join with a personal link name. And they've got your number up in the top bar. Any ideas? Anyone? Did anybody else have any issues?
not I have one person that is a
Takara, got
Zoom
it.
Zoom user that won't identify who they are, that I won't let them in until they identify who they are, and I'm sending them messages, but they're not saying anything. But I've not had anybody else tell me that there's an issue.
Okay, Takara, you finally made it. Joy's still having some trouble. Okay.
I made it, thanks.
Okay, good.
Okay. What was the trick?
I had to just keep doing it several times. It just haven't kept having an error message.
Oh, weird.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going
I
on.
may have to go in there and maybe reload this meeting just because it's been there as a meeting all this time, and Zoom has done some changes, so maybe I need to delete the meeting and reload it as a meeting. That's the
Maybe.
only thing I can think of. But
And
yeah, go ahead.
on in the message app in
Uh-huh.
in Messenger, it had the meeting room was 507-165-1045 with the
That one's
code.
mine.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was what the messaging app said for tonight. And I thought, well, that's Sheila's, because Sheila always does the no spammers. So I kept trying to get into there. And then I saw people were having trouble. I said, I'm going back to Tammy's. So it could be that just people are reading the messaging app and the little Canva thing that you have that announces that we're having. It had the old number in it for Sheila.
Oh, well, that could be that.
Oops.
Let me go see. See, and I'm not seeing that. How strange. Okay, well, I'll go in and look at that after and see if I can figure it out.
All righty.
In the meantime, I only have one person that won't identify themselves, and I don't know why they're not identifying who they are. So
It's probably some New Year's. I know someone told Joy how to change her name in there.
this just
We'll see if
says
she can get
Zoom
it done.
user. It doesn't even have a name. It just says Zoom user.
Okay.
And I don't know who that is. All right. We will open it up. Lene, go ahead. You have your hand raised.
Yes. I just wanted to mention, so I haven't been feeling very good lately, and the night before I just wanted to sleep good. So the night before, I did my playlist that said sleep, and I slept okay. I still didn't just sleep as good as I wanted to sleep. Then the next night I decided, okay, well, maybe sleep isn't the issue. Maybe the issue is that I've had a bad sore throat. I've had a cold. I just haven't felt good. And so I decided to make me up a separate playlist of the things that the symptoms I was having. And so I did that, and oh boy, I ran that at night, and that was what I ran at night, not the sleep. It was the symptoms I was having that was causing me to not sleep. So I had to run the symptoms I was having, not the sleep.
That's clever.
Anyways, I just brought that to my mind. I mean, if anybody's having any issues with not being able to do a certain thing when you're running it, it may be because there's a reason why or a reason behind it that's not letting it happen.
That is so true. We had somebody that was running, and I vaguely remember this, but they were running something. I wish I could remember what it was, but they were running something. And when she talked to me about what was going on, I said something to her. It sounds to me like it's something like that. And so we switched up. This has been so long ago, but we switched up the playlist. And sure enough, because of that, it started working. So I do know that sometimes we can be sending the wrong thing, and it's not going to help you. It's not going to hurt you, but it may not help whatever the issue is. But if you kind of switch it up, you might be able to find what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that, because I don't know that I would have thought to go and identify the symptoms instead of I just need to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Stop it. Stop.
Anybody else have anything to share? Tell us what happened this week. Oh, Joy. I'm sorry. This is Joy. She was the one trying to get in, Tammy. She's got a really great testimony.
Okay. She's in.
Hi. Well, thank you, everyone. I was not in, so I don't know what was going on, but I did want to tell you I just got on board, and I wanted to just let everybody know the great testimony I had, which is basically some crap went down a couple years ago, and it was super, super intense, and I've been angry like for years. It's horrible. It's so horrible. And I've been like working on all this stuff to try to get clear of my anger. And I'm usually a really forgiving person and compassionate person. And it's just been really, really hard to get to that place, because what's happening is it doesn't feel clean. It doesn't feel right. There's lots of lies happening. And I've just been so angry. And so I started doing the tunes, not even with the headset, just with the just, off of my phone. And all of a sudden my compassion is back. And so I like, if I really focus on being angry, I can get there, but ultimately the compassion is back. And I'm so grateful for that, because it's been really something to be in that kind of anger for so long. And so hopefully now that the compassion is back and I can have compassion for the people that are speaking lies, that things will shift, because that's what happens, right? Is things shift as you heal and as you grow and as you put that good energy out there. So I'm really grateful for the AO scanner. I'm just learning it. It feels a little overwhelming. And at the same time, I'm really excited to see how I can shift the people that I love, like my husband, who's having some issues, and I'm looking forward to shifting it with the scanner.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much. I know that it was not easy for you to get on here, but thank you for coming and sharing that with everyone. That is just so powerful.
Yeah, and I've been working at, releasing this anger for a while. And then with the AO scanner, it's like, oh, just listening to tunes, and it all of a sudden shifted. So I'm super grateful for it.
Yeah, because it's helping us shift our vibration. I was just on a call. I was on a lot of calls today, and you cannot attract anything into your life that's up here when you're vibrating here. And so we have to raise this vibration, and doing it on our own sometimes is really difficult, especially when we're new to the whole frequency and vibration thing, where the scanner can just do it. Now that that's coming up, everything around you is going to come up.
Yep.
And it has been, which is really amazing. Like, everything is shifting in such a beautiful way. And we just keep getting blessings after blessings after blessings. So it's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Love the scanner.
I know, it's amazing. That inner voice is what truly saved my life. So when anybody talks about how it shifts, I'm like, I know. So that's incredible. Anybody else like to share anything?
Shelley?
So yeah, I agree that I just love this scanner and everything that it's offering. And so I wanted to share that I did a couple quick scans, and I imprinted my water and stuff, and my son, who's the nonverbal one, he was watching, and so I flipped over to his profile and did his, and gave him the water, and it was just water, and he drank it. And then the next day I was doing mine again, and he was pointing to it and he wanted it. And I was like, "You want this?" And he was like, "Mm-hmm." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. So
that's incredible too. Wow, Shelley, that's amazing.
I know. I haven't got him to quite get on board with the whole mind sync yet. I'm working. He won't listen to it with headset, so
that's okay.
So just play it without it.
Yep.
Okay.
Play it in the background. Let him listen, and if it's your voice, wonderful.
But it is mine, and he and he did at first. He listened to it for seconds, and then the second day he was like almost a whole minute. And I was getting really encouraged. And then the next day he was like, nope, not having this. I was like, really?
Maybe you need
So,
to change it up. Change up the affirmations and make it different for him all the time. I know that's a little bit more work on you, but you might do that a couple of times and email those to you, and that way you can go back and play different recordings.
Or Shelley, even the same affirmations with the different hertz,
Yeah.
the high, medium, low, and off. It
Yeah.
may be that day those affirmations aren't feeling the same because you're trying to get it where it's center of the head. And so the first day it was okay, I'll do, and then the second day when he did, but the third day it could have been, no, this isn't as good as yesterday. It doesn't feel the same. So you might want to change. Lauren said in the morning his affirmations are better on low, and in the evening his affirmations are better on the high.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So when I email it, I just choose which one I want when I record it.
Yeah.
And okay. And then when I email it, it'll just be like that. Okay. I'll do that because yeah, it was just weird because like the second day he was just loving it. And I thought this is great. And we did do the headsets over the ears. And the first day I tried the earbuds and he didn't want them, but the second day I did the headsets and I thought, okay, well, that's good. And yeah, then he was like, nope, not having that. It's like, really? Why?
And that's probably exactly why, is because it changed the frequent. I mean, yeah, you're just gonna have to really play around with that and figure out, and then when he hones in on that, then you've got it.
Well, I
Kelly?
wondered maybe I'll just do like like off, low, high, low, medium, high all at one time, just do all four of them. And then if he doesn't want the one, maybe try the second one or, to give him the option because he is nonverbal and he doesn't tell me. I mean, he does in his way, but
Right.
he won't tell me how. He just is like, nope, not having it, and it's off.
Kelly, what I do is I do the one recording of the affirmations and then I send it on high and then I send it the next one on, and so I send 4 emails to myself and I find a way to mark them or put them in different files, whatever will work for you. And so then when I go to listen to them, it's like, that one's not right. And so then I don't have to go back and record something. I just flip to the next email.
Okay.
Great idea.
Keep 4 emails on file, one high, one medium, one low, and one off. And then you can just real quick go boom, 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 boom. And so you don't have to go back because you have his attention for such a short span before you lose and then you're in a meltdown. So if you have all 4 of them somehow labeled or compartmentalized or whatever, you'll figure it out. But
I'm pretty techie, so I'll figure that part out. I just was like, oh, okay, but that makes sense as to why maybe he didn't want to.
Yeah.
So, and I just got my wand today, so I'm excited to try that on him. So maybe I'll have another one next week.
Excellent.
And I have an addition to that. So that's a good idea, Carol. Thank you for that, because I was assuming like it was like inner voice that once I got it, I could go in and change it, and you can't. And I was like, oh, so I had to go back in. So that's a good idea to earmark them somehow to do that, because I was like, why can't I change it?
Right. No, thank you so much for that, because I just didn't know why he wouldn't. Yeah. So
awesome. Mary Ann, you said you have a story. You can unmute, please. Where'd she go?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Calling on me. I'm happy to be here. And my story is about my sister who lives in the province next to the province where I live up in Canada. And she's had issues with her eyes, one eye in particular, and it's her right eye, and it waters constantly, has been for years. And she also, at the time when I sent her a scan, she had tremendous issues with edema, water retention. Her legs were aching. She's 73 years old, and she's just, she had quite a few things going on there. Anyways, the eye thing, I don't know whether or not if I can say what the disorder is, because I don't want to make a claim. I'm trying to be very compliant. Let's just put it this way. A lot of people have this bacteria in them due to a tick bite, is what most people think of it. So anyways, this has been going on for years and years. And she wakes up every morning with a tremendous amount of debris in her eyes, a lot of drainage, and just, it's not very pleasant. Not to mention this constant running of her eyes. She's constantly dabbing. Can you imagine? For years she's been doing this, you guys. And her vision is also, not clear. So after I ran the scan, I told her it's coming. Okay, here we go. I text her, and she could feel a cool tingling in her legs immediately. And within about an hour or so, she had relief. She started to, move that fluid out. She was in the bathroom. Her legs felt better. She felt stronger. But the beauty was the next day she woke up and she didn't have this drainage thing happening with her. Our eye literally didn't have all this debris and cake together and gunk together. And her eye did not run as much that next day. So that was a huge win for me and for her. And I continue to send her scans, and she's thrilled. And of course, anytime that we can bring relief to anybody, but especially our family that we love so much. And she's a beautiful spirit. And I'm so happy that I could help my sister. And so thank you for letting me share.
Oh
And,
my
and
God.
I was just talking to Sheila. Hold on, one more thing. I was just talking to Sheila, and again, I was kind of wondering where my daughter's order was, and it came in today. So hallelujah,
Oh.
grateful. So another beautiful win. But that was
Wonderful. I didn't know what the delay was. Thank you for letting me know.
Incredible.
That is amazing.
It is.
Yeah, and so a lot of times with this particular disorder with the bacteria, because I actually have that disorder also, but I've been dealing with it with the wand from another company for, almost a year now. And that made the terahertz frequency made quite a profound change on me. But one of the particular bacteria is from this tick bite, because there's many of them. It keeps changing and evolving, and it never remains the same. So, and it is it is contagious. You can pass it to other people. But anyways, the bacteria, one of the bacteria is listed in our protocols, and so it's very just to be able to go through and look and find all of these protocols that can support this disorder, because up in Canada, my brother's a master herbalist and a blood pathologist, and he tests all the time, and we're running about an 80% infectious rate up here in Canada with that particular bacteria or series of bacteria, and it's being misdiagnosed as things like Parkinson's. It's being diagnosed as MS and all types of things, right down to blood sugar disorders, tumors. It's not tumors. We're finding it's crazy stuff. They're being diagnosed as that they have cancer and all this stuff, but really it's a throwback to the research that my brother's done now for 15 years with that particular disorder. So I guess the long story to this story, or the short story, or what I'm so grateful for, is that this is a tremendous breakthrough, I feel, for people who have this disorder. And you throw in the methylene blue and the red light therapy This is just going to be, it's a slam dunk. And I just got God chills as I said that. I'm just, I couldn't be happier with what Solex has to offer. And yeah, thank you. And I look forward to working with all of you guys. You guys all seem so lovely, and I look forward to getting to meet you all.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you brought in the methylene blue, because I was just getting ready to suggest that. Literally, those chronic infections, my protocols in my clinic, they are large and they take a lot of time and they're very expensive. And when my patients are stressed, it stresses me because I can feel it. And I know it's not cheap and it's hard, which is why a lot of people suffer, because they're like, I can't afford to do that. And now we have one bottle. And if they can get the 660 and their scanner, they can now. It's so much cheaper and so much faster. So I am like every day. I told Lauren when I hugged him at Day of Discovery, I said, I thank God for you every single day. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I do not thank God for Lauren.
Yep. I feel the same way, Dr. Sheila. It's an incredible thing when you get involved with this company, and as long as I've been involved for 3 years now, and the miraculous stories that I get to hear about, I mean, there's not a night that I don't lay my head down and I thank God for this company, for Lauren, for all of these team members. You guys are incredible, because we're out there, we're sharing this with people, and that, don't be selfish. Share it with everybody you can, because we need everybody to have this technology in their own home. I know I help a lot of people in the background, as well as my own family. I scan my entire family, my grandpups, my animals, and I am out there helping and doing as much as I can with as many people as I can. And we need more people to share this. We really do, because me and Dr. Sheila can't do it ourselves, and everybody on this call, we can't do it by ourselves. We need more and more people out there sharing this, because this is going to be an incredible movement. It really is. And it's already starting to pick up momentum, because people are starting to hear about it, and they're starting to hear these miraculous stories of transformation. And gosh, we're so blessed. We are just so blessed.
I would like to also say, I did some team calls today, and one of the conversations was a really important conversation about, we want to help people so much. And like, even in our own families, oftentimes Christ said the same thing. It's your own family in your own town that doesn't hear you. Walk away and shake the dust off your boots. Walk until you find who will hear you. Yeah. And that's my message with this, is we can get really weighed down and, well, I've been sharing and nobody wants to hear it. And it's like, they just say these negative things. And it's like, you're sharing with the wrong people. You don't have time for those people. You got to get the information out there, because your people are looking for you. People are so desperate for something like this, but you've got to get over the hurdle of the circle here that's not hearing it. Get outside of that, drop that. Their journey is their journey. It's not your responsibility. You have done everything you can by getting the information out. Your only job is to take care of the people that ask you, to help the people that ask you. So those no's are gratitude. Thank you, Lord. Shut the door. Let's go.
Yep.
Thank you. Shut the door. Let's go.
Yep. So true. And make it your prayer that Father brings you the people, or universe brings you the people that need this technology, and you will just be blown away with how many people start knocking on your messenger, knocking on your door, or they see you shining so brightly out and about that they're like, what is it that you're doing? And then you can share it. So yeah, I'm with you, Dr. Sheila. I'm just so passionate about this too. So we need to get it out there. Anybody else like to share anything?
I'll type up.
Okay.
I reached out to Tammy about this. I had a friend that, she's a childhood friend. I know her because her aunt was my church leader. So, I mean, I know her name. I know she came from my hometown, but we didn't really interface. She went to a different high school. It's just somebody from my hometown. And I connected with her on Facebook years ago, just, hey, all of a sudden I got a message last week that said, hey, Carol, I think you're a naturopath, an ND or something. And my dog's just been diagnosed with osteosarcoma. They want to amputate her leg, and she's only 5. And they said, if we amputate it, it's not going to help much and she'll still die. And so I don't really want to do it. Do you have anything? So I didn't want to jump in and go, oh yeah, I've got the scanner. I just felt like it needed to be handled a little more gently than I'm commonly known for. Those who know me. So I just sent back and said, if you're looking for affirmation, yes, I agree. Why make the final days be the trauma of the surgery and then having to learn how to walk without an appendage? And if it's 6 of one, half dozen the other, just love on them. So I reached out to Tammy, and Tammy told me a couple of things that we could do, and that it really was the uphill battle, but nothing is impossible. Nope. So I reached back out to her and just told her, I said, I can't say we're going to do anything, but I'm willing to try if you want to try. I mean, I know nothing about this woman. So she said, yeah, I'd try. How much? I said, and for me, I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. So I didn't tell her that. I just said, you know what? At this point in time, I'm willing to just work with you because I know what I'm getting is the lesson. Mm-hmm. So I'm working with a client, I'm working with an animal, and that's my payment, is the knowledge and the experience. So where I've come to in the past week is, because she keeps sending me every day. I'm sending the morning, noon, and evening. I've put on my phone, scan sailor, 7 a.m., scan sailor at noon, scan sailor at 5 p.m. And I'm sending her, well, we did that for a week. I said, if you're okay, I'd like to try to start sending some Sephi playlists. And she said, well, she liked her list this morning. I said, no, those are balancing tones. What I'm trying to do now is boost her healing and start realigning what's inside. And she sent me a picture. This dog is curled up on its pillow, listening to the tones. And she said, she is so calm. She is so peaceful. And I thought, you know what? If I do nothing more than over the next 3 months, give this dog peace and tranquility to transfer to the Rainbow Bridge, I've done something. And we keep looking for healing, like Marianne with her sister. Oh, this stopped, and she's moving towards healing. This isn't just about healing. It's about peace and comfort and care and somebody to walk a journey with you. So I just want us to remember, it's not always the touchdown we're going for. It's sometimes just the journey from A to B.
You're so correct, Carol. Thank you so much. And I've been wanting to ask you about the little dog and see what's going on. And I'm so glad to hear that you're doing what you're doing with her, and that is so true. I have a really dear friend of mine. She has the scanner, and her mom is transitioning right now, and she didn't have quite a great playlist, so I kind of made her a new one because she's not in the right space right now. She can't think, and she's just really trying to just be right there by her mom's side. And I sent her that playlist, and just, we have such an amazing community. If you don't know how to build something, reach out to me, reach out to Dr. She, reach out to somebody here, and we can help you. We've been doing this. So, with her, she sent me a message just the other day, and she goes, we had a really, we were having a really good night, and then something happened, and mom had another another episode, and now she's calm again. But she asked me for a different playlist. I sent her a different playlist, and she goes, "Wow, this is incredible." Now she's even more calm now. So you just never know how you're going to affect people. Even in the end stages of life, we can support people like that. I know with Piggy Britches, I supported her as she died, and I felt this overwhelming amount of peace knowing that when she crossed over, she didn't have any uncomfortableness. I mean, she was it was a very peaceful transitioning because I already knew that she was already gone. But even with our humans, we can send them frequencies so that when they cross over, when they go be with our Father, that at least we can bring some comfort, not only to the person passing, but even to the person watching, being an onlooker. So that to me is incredible. I know that's kind of morbid to think about, but it is a part of life. And we have an amazing tool that we can use to help others, even in that situation. So it's just incredible.
Yeah. Just to share a little bit, my dad had a stroke last Saturday while I was out of town, and it was a pretty severe one. I couldn't think straight because I was in seminars out of state. This is my second dad, my first dad. I call him my second dad because he's really my real dad, but my biological dad also within 3 hours calls me and he's got stuff going on. And then my youngest grandbaby smashed her face, and I'm like, I'm in class and trying to focus. I'm like, what is going on? So I couldn't even think to build my dad a playlist for like 2 days later. And it's like, oh my gosh, he's up there and he's paralyzed. His left side's all paralyzed. My mom's freaking out. She does not have great coping skills. And so finally, my brain was working to where I could build playlists. And I ran all that day and night for my dad for the paralysis and all the stroke things. And then my mom for peace and tranquility and being able to think and make good decisions and calming and just all that stuff. And I could not believe it. My dad had a really powerful day. The next day, he made some really great strides, and my mom's level just went down. I'm like, wait, is this the same person? Well, then I got busy because if I'm playing them all the time, I can't use my scanner, and I have to use my scanner all the time. So I'm having a really difficult time here. So I went like a day and a half not using it. My dad had a really bad night. He had a really bad day, a lot of setbacks, and my mom was just freaking out all over the place. I'm like, I have to get these playlists going again, and I don't know how to keep them running and still use my scanner, but it's making a huge difference if I can just keep them running.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It does. You can set up tabs on a computer. I didn't know if you could do that or not.
I do, and it seems like they still run while I'm using this.
Okay.
I'm trying to sneak it in as best I can, and the universe has been cooperating.
There you go. There you go. That's all you can ask for. I mean, you're doing amazing. It's good to hear. I mean, how's he doing now? I mean, is he doing any better?
He's having some good improvements, but the damage was pretty severe, so we don't know how much is possible to bring back. Yeah. And that's, my whole thing is imagining that being me and the frustration, the loss of power, that loss of independence. That is devastating. I don't know that people always think about what a blow that is to someone put in that position, and how, especially when you've got someone that's not a great caregiver and has really bad coping skills, and then you feel like a burden. And that's where a lot of people take their lives.
Yeah.
I don't know that my dad would do that. He's just amazing, but it's that feeling of I'm a burden now, and I can't do this to my family. It's just a lot.
Yeah. Well, we will continue to pray, Dr. Sheila, and
Thank you.
I haven't stopped. I think about you guys all the time.
Thank you.
There's so many things going on in our world right now.
There is.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please do.
Okay. And Sheila, my heart goes out to you. I know how difficult that can be, and I have kept you in my prayers also. Thank you for sharing that. I know it's hard to even talk about sometimes. My question is, can you, I don't know, probably doesn't make sense. I mean, but can you can you use two different devices and run scans at the same time? No. Okay.
You can
No,
run
but
it
what I'm
separately.
doing is on my computer, I only use my computer to broadcast because sometimes I've got way too many people and I can't do them individually. So I pull up the app.aoscan.com and bring
Right.
up a different profile for each person, and I can broadcast all of them, turn the volume off. But then if you got to be on a Zoom call, you got to turn them all off.
Yeah.
And then I go into my scanner and pray that it lets me do some scanning while they're still running. And a lot of times it works.
Okay.
Sheila,
Okay, that's what
Sheila,
I was just so my solution is to have two accounts.
Yes.
So anyway,
We
that's,
have two
that's
accounts.
how I'm thinking anyways. Like, why not, right?
I need to.
Sheila, I saw somebody the other day, and you can, I think it's right click on each tab and tell it to mute that tab.
Oh,
And then you can be broadcasting and go to a site where you have to hear something. Now, I have not tried it yet, but I was like, oh, I got to remember that. So I think it was on a regular Windows computer, and you right click on the tab. Oh, look at you, Tammy. I love you.
I am somebody that I gotta do it to know it. And with you saying that, I'm like, so right click.
Mute site.
Mute site, look at that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Carol.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you.
Because
So
I've been
now
on
you-
a ton of Zooms and I had to keep turning their broadcasting off.
Now you can keep broadcasting, baby.
Yep. You certainly can. Awesome.
Awesome.
Can you show that again one more time?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I had to take somebody down that I'm broadcasting for on my scanner. I didn't realize it was going to show a name. So my apologies. So you go up to the tab and you right click with your mouse, and then it brings this up, and then you mute site.
That's awesome.
And then you
Gosh.
can unmute it. So yeah, that's amazing.
Oh,
I just wanna play just for a second. But go ahead. Anybody else want to
I'd like to share.
Do you do the same with a Apple, a Mac?
I don't know. I don't have that. I'm actually I'm thinking I'm gonna go Mac because I'm just getting so busy and my computer is so bogged down. Everybody keeps telling me, you need a Mac. You need a Mac. So let's see if this works. There you go.
Awesome.
It's muted. How cool is that?
wow.
And then while that's doing that, you can go in there and scan somebody else.
No, you can't scan unless you can scan on your actual. You could go to your device once you get all this set up. Let's say you want to pull up somebody else and run a Cephi for them. Then you can we'll pull up somebody else, and let me see if I can scan on my computer, or I mean on my oh, and it automatically muted that one.
Wow.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go to my scanner.
So you're just opening a new AO scan tab when you do that?
You just hit plus and then put app@aoscan.com and pull a new one. And you can do as many as you want and broadcast to as many different people as you want. And then let me see if I can go. Now my scan is, see, now it made me refresh. Let's see if I can go in there.
It will, but it doesn't seem to stop these. It's still outputting.
Nope, because I'm in my scanner now, and I've pulled myself up. So I've got myself pulled up here. So let me do a vitals. And it's running the vitals, and these are still running. So you can do it. All right.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to share and add to a couple things if I can.
Yes, please.
The first one, I just want to just say, like, you know, when you're going through something and you're with the right people, all those things come up. So everybody talking about whatever you're talking about, it's like, oh, hello, confirmation. And I want to say that not to get discouraged, because when you start working on yourself and doing all those things, you know, the little flares start to pop up, and then you go, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this, and you second guess yourself to keep persevering. So that is huge. And the other thing I want to talk about is I have 2 accounts. I have mine and then Michael's. And I've been doing a Cephi group, and I was like, what if I amplified it and I did, you know, the 2 hours that I run? I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it for 2 hours. So I have it in his account and my account, and I was running mine. So I'm like, the last half hour, I'm going to run the same number 3 playlist that I'm running with those guys. And that last half hour, I'm going to run it, his and mine at the same time. So I was like, I gave everybody a heads up. I'm like, just let me know if anything is too much, because I'm going to amplify it. So that was kind of fun and interesting. A couple people said they got a little bit of a headache, nothing horrible. A couple people said they were really tired afterwards. And then I had one person say, I got lots of energy. I'm like, okay. So doing that was good. So I think that half hour probably was good. Maybe next time, maybe I'd only do 15 minutes because it's hard when you have multiple people. You don't know where they're all sitting with it, right? So yeah. And because we have 2 accounts this morning, I'm like, I'm going to play around and I'm going to run Michael's vitals, and I'm going to run it. I had both devices, and I'm like, I'm going to push start and you're going to talk, you know, and it was totally different. His inner voice was.
She just froze. Can you hear me, Dr. Sheila? Yeah, she froze.
Sorry, I didn't know I was muted.
That's okay.
Darn it.
Oh,
it's getting exciting.
It was. Hopefully she'll come back on.
Joy, you have a question real quick while we're waiting for Tamara?
Yes, I am wondering. So it's awesome to know that I can actually run more than one person on my computer. That is really exciting to me because I was trying to run it all, you know, one by one. So this is very exciting. One of the things I have a question for everyone is that, so my husband has some pretty major stuff going on, and I'm just now learning how to put things in the Cephi. And it looks like I can put things from different parts of the Cephi into his scan. And then I can just do a continuous scan for, like, I usually do it for a couple hours, like when we're sleeping. And he's been reporting that he feels great in the morning, which is, you know, when he goes to bed, he's not feeling that great. So I don't know, maybe I can run by you guys, you more professional people, some of the things, like my list for him, and see if it's the right thing, or just practice and see what happens, because it won't hurt him, right? Like, if it's not the right thing, then it won't do anything, but if it is the right thing, then it will shift things.
Correct. For many of us, Joy, it has been just trial and error. Always, you know, playing with things and checking in with the clients, asking them, how are you feeling? How are you noticing anything? And if they don't notice anything, then a lot of times I will ask them, how hydrated are you? How many, have you got minerals going on? Is your polarity okay? I check those 3 things to make sure that they're all good. And if they're all good, then maybe it's me. Maybe it's the playlist. I've got to switch it. So yeah,
Okay.
just check in with them.
All right.
And you can also muscle test and ask. We have some amazing muscle test charts with a lot of the information that's in the scanner, and you can muscle test to find out which frequencies would be the best for whoever you're working with.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then also with the hormone and the dental TMJ, when do I take the phase 1 and then it unlocks, or is it phase 2?
Phase 2 opens up your database. Phase 3
Okay.
will open up your dental and TMJ, and then
Okay.
your homeoenergetics.
Okay.
Okay.
Phase 3 will open up the homeoenergetics, and phase 2 will open up
the database.
The database for
comprehensive.
Oh, wow. Oh, so there's more comprehensive than what I have?
Yes, there's a database. And then on the phase 3 is when you get the dental and TMJ, and those also have databases.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
there's
amazing.
A lot. There's a lot. Okay, Tamara,
I'm kind of glad that they just do it one a little bit at a time.
Yes, you do. You need to just do a little bit at a time, and when you master it, move to the next. Tamara, can you finish your story before we have to go?
So I was just saying, I did both of them at the same time, and it was interesting to see like how different they were. Even doing it like at the exact same time, it was super, super interesting. I don't know if anybody's ever done that or done the double same at the one time, but it's frequency, even though
it is.
I mean, whatever, but I just thought it was super interesting. I'm like, I just wanted to play around with it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, we are about 3 minutes away from or 2 minutes away from our Solex call. We appreciate you so much for being here and sharing all the things that you shared. We love each and every one of you. Please come back next week and bring more people. Dr. Sheila, would you like to close with a few words?
Yep. Again, thank you so much. I mean, just look at all the little golden nuggets that we got out of this call tonight. Everybody's got something that they're experiencing, and sometimes you forget. So it's great to listen, because just like Tamara said, and then something sparked me. I had something completely different I was going to share about that's going to have to wait till next week. But you just remember, we love this so much, and it's so easy to forget all the amazing things that we're experiencing with it that really could help someone else. So thank you.
All right, go jump on the Solex call. Love you guys.
See you next week.
All right, bye-bye.